rest of the brewery runs 7. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, welcome everyone here to South Packaging. I'm sorry it's kind of quiet out there today, but we normally package beer Monday through Friday, 3 shifts a day. We do have 2 packaging buildings. This one is called South Packaging. The other one across the street is called North Packaging. And between those 2 buildings, we have a total of 4 can lines, 3 bottle lines, 2 keg lines, and we can package 500,000 cases of beer daily. And as I said, packaging runs Monday through Friday, 3 shifts a day. Saturday's reserved for maintenance and cleanup. Now the rest of the brewery, brewing, aging, fermenting, finishing, that part of the brewery runs 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Well, we can't get right down on the packaging floor, so we've got another brief video for you folks. Gives you a little better idea about how we brew and package all this beer. You're looking for monitors. They're going to drop down from the ceiling, so I need everybody to take 2 steps back from the windows. These monitors do exist all the way up and down the hallway. There are 10 of them, and there is a bench over here if anybody wants to sit down. I'm going to turn the lights down. Enjoy the video.
The magic begins here in Miller Valley with the best natural ingredients. Our world-class brewers carefully mix, monitor, and test these ingredients as they go from mash tun to lauter tun to brew kettle. Frederick Miller's famous yeast is carefully added before fermentation. Then, after aging and filtering, the beer is ready to be packaged. About 60% of it goes into cans, 30% into bottles, and about 10% into kegs. The packaging process begins with fresh, new shrink-wrapped bottles and cans, each one thoroughly rinsed in warm water to meet our high standards. After rinsing, it's off to the fillers. This amazing machine can fill 1,400 bottles a minute. In slow motion, you can see the empty bottles being spun into position, carefully filled, and finally crowned, with each precision task being measured in split seconds. As fast as our bottles are filled, our cans are filled even faster, in large part because we don't have to worry about breaking glass. This machine can fill up to 2,000 cans per minute. That's a case and a half of beer every second. In real time, it's almost impossible to see what's happening. But when we drop down to slow motion, we can see the empty aluminum cans being filled with fresh beer, sealed with high-tech lids, and sent on their way to the pasteurizer. The pasteurization process is important because it gives our beer an extended shelf life, enabling us to store it unrefrigerated for up to 17 weeks without any change in flavor or aroma. That's where our special freshness date comes in. A high-speed laser printer shoots a freshness date onto the bottom of every can, the neck of every bottle, and the side of every case. This code tells distributors and retailers when to pull the beer off the shelf to make sure our consumers always get the freshest beer. We use a 7-character code. The first 3 letters are the month, the next 2 the date, and the last 2 the year. So in this example, the beer should be sold by August 22nd, 2016. Miller Brewing Company invented freshness coding for beer and was the first brewer to put a freshness date on all of its products, including a 9-week code on its keg beer. And speaking of kegs, ours are filled across the street in North Packaging on a machine called the Keg-O-Matic. It fills 12 kegs at once, up to 15,000 per day. Keg beer is true draft beer, so it's not heat pasteurized, but instead stored in coolers at 34 degrees to keep it fresh. Miller Coors is also proud to be the only American brewer to offer true draft beer in cans and bottles. To produce Miller Genuine Draft and Miller 64, we use a special process called cold ceramic filtration. This process removes all impurities and results in great tasting packaged draft beer that does not need pasteurization and that has the same shelf life as our other beer. Now it's time to label our bottles so you know what you're drinking. These machines can apply neck and body labels to some 1,500 bottles a minute. Numerous quality inspections are performed throughout the entire brewing and packaging process. Along all of our packaging lines, laser scanners constantly check for imperfections. If any are found, the products in question are bumped off the line and sent to be recycled and repackaged. Now that the bottles and cans are all filled, sealed, date-coded, and labeled, it's time to put them in boxes, what we call secondary packaging. The last step in the packaging process occurs here at one of our 13 computerized palletizers. Here, our packages are stacked onto pallets in layers of alternating patterns for maximum stability. All pallets are stretch wrapped before being loaded onto trucks and rail cars and sent off to serve our thirsty customers. It's not just great beer that distinguishes our historic Milwaukee brewery. It's also the way we run our business. We have a long history of environmental stewardship, and today our commitment is stronger than ever as we move towards zero-waste operations. We've recently invested in paper and cardboard balers, as well as a can densifier to improve the quality of our recycled byproducts and to reduce our overall landfill contribution.
Well, that concludes our stop here in
The stairs are killer. Except the stairs are killer. Tight. Look at this. You can go back there. Worth it? I can't.
Well, here we are in the brew house. This building was built in 1949. It replaced the brew house across the street. It still says brew house, but that building today is used for utilities. That's the oldest building on campus. That building dates to 1886. So this brew house is our only brew house. All the beer we make starts out in this building. Now the magic begins one floor above us in vessels called mash tuns, and there we combine water, cereal grains, and barley. Now we cook the mash slowly, and the enzymes in the malted barley convert all the starches in the grains into fermentable sugars. That's what we need to make beer. So we're done with the grains, time to get rid of them. Next, the mash goes from the mash tun into one of these lauter tuns, and they act like a giant coffee filter. They filter out the spent grains. Those grains are still high in protein. We call them brewer's grains, and we do sell them to area farmers, and they feed those grains to their cows and chickens. Now the sugary liquid at this point in time, it's not beer yet, it's called wort, W-O-R-T. The wort then goes down into one of our 6 brew kettles on the lower level. So if you want to see the brew kettles, you'd have to step down a little bit to to your right. They're stainless steel, there's 6 of them, and they do extend below the floor about 18 feet. So the wort goes into the brew kettle. We then add steam heat, and we heat that wort up to a boil. We bring it up to a boil, and during this time we add one more ingredient. This ingredient gives beer its aroma and its bitter taste. We like to call it the spice of the beer, but it's better known as hops is correct. Now once we've added the hops, the beer is sent over, or the wort, not beer yet, the wort is sent over to fermentation. Fermentation is across the street, so the wort pumps under the street through pipelines. It gets cooled down to about 60 Fahrenheit, and it goes into a giant fermenter. And that's where we add the yeast. And the yeast digests the sugars and creates CO2 and alcohol. It's a long process. Beer's in fermentation 8 to 10 days, and it goes to aging for an additional 10 to 14 days, and then it gets released for packaging. So the whole process, start to finish, takes 3 to 4 weeks for most of our brands. Miller Lite is going to be your first sample today. That takes exactly 21 days. So that's a quick story about brewing. Are there any questions? Well, our next stop is the historic Miller Caves. I'm very happy to tell you it's our last stop before free beer. Everybody, follow me, please.
Oh, crap. Did you get a picture of it? 'Cause I didn't. Oh, wow. Oops, sorry.